Look at you, glowing like a solar fire. This is the Science Fiction Rating System podcast. The podcast that aims to rank every science fiction film from 1 to infinity, back from a summer break. My name's Sam Draper, and I'm joined, as ever, by Chris Redding.
Hello.
And Alex Humphrey.
Hey there.
For the people at home who've been gone a week, for us, it's been a bloody long time since we last recorded, hasn't it? I think it's 3-4 weeks, maybe? It's a long time.
God, yeah. So long.
How's everyone feeling about...
Sam got married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Had a holiday. Lucky him.
Yeah, it's all my fault. But, although you were at the wedding, so you also couldn't record. Yeah. It was your fault for attending. Yeah. But yeah, so how's everyone doing? How's everyone's weeks been? All good?
Good. Busy.
Yeah.
I've been doing my alien thing, so I've been deep into that. But
that is exciting. How are you? Have you pitched yet?
Down to the last 18 on that. There was about 250 pitches. So
it's pretty good.
And then they're going to make 6 of them, so it's a 1 in 3 chance now.
Oh wow! So yeah.
Wow.
I like those odds.
Yeah,
that's very good. So you'll be on. Will it be on the release of Alien when it comes out on Blu-ray?
I don't know. Its delivery is like early next year, so I guess it's for the 40th anniversary. I don't know when the film came out. So,
just the people at home, this is Chris has put in for a short film competition to make a short film related to Alien, isn't it? That's the
in the Alien universe. One of the kind of like what they did for Blade Runner when they brought the latest one of them out. Just some shorts to go around it, so I'll let you know. We
all pitched ideas. It could have been any of our ideas, couldn't it?
It wasn't, though.
Well, yeah. Well.
Yeah, okay, the person with the most experience, obviously. But
you just had, I think your idea was a little bit too grand for the budget.
My first one, my second idea was a lot cheaper. Space trucks, spaceport.
Yes. I actually did write that up, but then the one that won was literally there was like 5 minutes to go, and I thought, well, I've just got to put something like the simplest idea down because,
I wrote mine.
Did you?
Yeah.
And shot it?
Well, I haven't shot it, no, but I wrote it up.
Okay, cool.
It's part of my, because I could do script writing next year, so I've been practicing script writing for my degree, so I thought I'd write it up.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Maybe I'll film it myself, and then send it in, and I'll go, fuck you, Fox. You can't stop me making
and then they sue you.
Stuff. Yeah.
I'll send you the script what I did for this. See if you've got any notes for me.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, exciting.
Right, let's get to business, shall we? This week we are watching Treasure Planet, the Disney animated film from 2002, directed by Ron Clements and John Musker. A film picked for no other reason than none of us had seen it, had we?
No. It's animation again.
We had actually
skirt controversy.
Animation. That's true. We had actually mentioned it as well in an old podcast, which I didn't realise. It had been brought up
for us.
God knows where. But anyway, so let's get into it. Oh, first of all, bit of history. Do you know they tried to make this film for 20 years? This was pitched at the same meeting that Little Mermaid was pitched at Disney by the directors Ron Clements and John Musker. Only then it was called, I think it was called Treasure Island in Space. It was called then. Slightly less catchy.
Slightly.
And I think last week I said this was the Disney film that killed Disney animation and stopped them making traditional animated films. It's actually the second last one. Do you know what the last traditionally animated, hand-animated Disney film is?
Was it Lilo and Stitch?
No, that was the year before Treasure Planet. That was. Any ideas, Alex? I don't think...
Hercules?
No, that's earlier.
No.
No, it's called Brother Bear.
Princess.
Brother Bear.
Brother Bear, yeah.
I've not even heard of it. But
yeah, I have, yeah.
Yeah, so this is also a massive flop. But let's not reveal our cards too much yet. So we'll go through the film, I suppose, as we do nowadays. Straight away, I absolutely love the look of the pirate ships.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's a good opening. It's a solid opening.
It's a solid opening, yeah. So you're watching... is it Flint? He's like the ghost, the old pirate who is going to hide his treasure on Treasure Planet. It turns out that you're actually watching inside an interactive book thing. But I think they do a good job there of establishing the visual style of the whole thing, don't they? Very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
You're caught up on it.
It's very different to... They've gone a very different way with how it looks, haven't they?
It's well, they've just forgotten about all physics, haven't they?
Well, so they had a rule where in terms of design, it had to be 70% traditional and 30% spaceship.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I might have that back to front, actually. It's definitely 70-30, but let me just check.
Yeah.
I think I might have that back to front.
Well, I reckon
Yeah, that is right. Yeah, that's right. 70% traditional, 30% sci-fi.
Yeah,
That's their rule.
Well, it's basically a ship with like an engine on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and gravity, somehow.
Yeah, I mean, that's
But they showed
good...
that, though. There was a machine that did that, wasn't there?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do show
true.
that. They show just enough to like get you on board, but then they kind of ignore it enough, don't they, to just have fun with it, I think.
Yeah.
That's a fair way of saying it. So yeah, you see this, the pirate hiding his treasure. It's in a book. And we meet little baby James Hawkins, who is to be our star, who really wants to go and find the treasure planet.
Yep.
And 12 years later, he gets his shot.
It's like that bit, the 12 years later bit, is a bit like the Star Trek reboot, isn't it? When Kirk steals the car to sabotage. That's what I thought
that's
it
true,
was
yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They rip Treasure Planet off. There you go.
Yeah. It's a classic setup.
Yeah.
And then you get straight into this like hoverboard sequence on the planet Montressa, which reminded me a lot of Lion King, you know, and he's going down the old...
Yeah.
Mufasa, Montressa.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
You've got it.
Yeah.
The Solar Surfer, which that's what the thing's called. And he solar surfs back to his house where his mum is serving a frog family and a space dog called
I like
Dr.
how there's
Delbert
lots
Duffler.
of... I like all the alien sort of, the exoticness.
Yeah.
Definitely,
just
yeah.
added. Yeah.
Yeah. They don't ever establish that they've come from Earth, do they? They never mention Earth at all.
No, it's a bit like Star
No.
Wars, isn't it?
Yeah, which is... I like that about it. And
It's kind of take an animal and make it into an alien, isn't it? That seems their main
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Which is kind of a classic Disney thing to do, isn't it, I suppose?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The little like the pub they're in, it all feels a bit small and barren to me. I think there's a thing for this whole film. It feels to me like kind of a reduced budget thing in a way. Do you get that feeling from it? That even when you get to the
know what you
city,
mean.
everything's kind of small.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
know
there's
what
not
you mean.
much into
Yeah.
like there's like 4 people in that pub.
They're not doing well,
I think
though.
it's
Maybe
a
that's
direct
plot thing.
correlation between like amount of characters on the screen and the cost.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, they're hand doing it. But yeah, already you've got a lot. The other thing this film has got a lot of is a lot of 3D, isn't it? A lot of computers meshing with this stuff. So all for that action sequence at the start, and even like as things as simple as the pub from the outside are shot with this like. Well, it is. It's just 3D. It is just CG. I guess they're mapping hand drawn stuff onto polygons. I suppose to do this. I guess that's what's happening.
I think it's just layering and angling layers. Do you know what I mean?
Did it for you, Chris, make it more like something like WALL-E then because of that? Is it more like a film than a cartoon? No, I'm not trying to cause an argument. I'm actually asking just a question.
Yeah, I think that was a...
It's just because they built sets, so like, and then they're moving the camera within the sets. Like that's what you said before.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
just
there's
thinking, is it the
cinematic
same?
movements to this which you wouldn't normally get on a animated film, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that look? Do you like that look? Both of you, are you into that look?
Yeah, I really like it. It's got, I mean, the flybys and stuff are very much like WALL-E and
Yeah.
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 No,
I
it
find
worked.
it like-
It really worked.
I find it really satisfying every time I see a shot like that. And I think it's from like Aladdin and Lion King where there's just a couple of those sorts of shots. Like remember the tiger thing in the desert? And I remember that being like really exciting. That there's like a few shots where you saw a bit of 3D stuff. And this still had that kind of thing for me. I was like, oh, this doesn't... Because you know, I guess because the visual language you expect is 2D, isn't it? So it feels special to get something that looks 2D, but oh shit, it's 3D. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that kept working all the way through the film for me. That
It kind of
like,
looks a bit like, you know, you get video games of this era where there's a flat set, and then things... You did it. It was animated in this way as well. Like,
totally, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of adventure games where you'd go through a scene and as they walked off scene, the camera would turn around, wouldn't it? Like that to another set 2D playing again after it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It had a lot a video game sort of stuff in it. I thought a lot of things like that. Anyway,
the art of it's very pretty. I mean, it's very. You can't knock it. It looks great.
Yeah, I thought so.
And the characters in the sets look great.
Yeah, I mean, I love pirates anyway, but I think that that 70-30 rule did them well because it feels very consistent, doesn't it?
It's got a bit of steampunk about it.
Yeah, definitely.
But with less
it meant they made
awful
something.
hats and things.
It meant they made something different rather than something that was kind of the same
Very
as everything
bold.
else out there. Yeah,
Very bold.
So he's got back to his hut, his pub. Things are all right there, but not great. He's in trouble with the robot cops. Hate Hawkins because he's always in trouble, and the dog, Dr. Delbert Duffler's there, played by Niles. What's his real name? David Hyde Pierce.
Yeah.
Yep.
Really a classic voice actor, isn't he? How does he not get more work?
It's fantastic.
I guess he's just playing Niles, but
Yeah, but it works in that character. It's
I think he was
He's a
the
good
richest
comedy
person on the
character.
planet. That's why.
yes, he doesn't need to. Yeah, I suppose not. And basically, very quickly, it gets to the MacGuffin of basically a ship crash lands, doesn't it? And a big turtle falls off it. Billy Bones the turtle, who, again, I like they've got all the different animals going on, because if you think it was all humans, it'd be quite boring, wouldn't it, really? It's nice that a big turtle comes in.
Well, they're not animals, they're alien races based on animal traits, aren't they, really?
Yeah, but he's a big turtle. Duffler's a dog, isn't he? There's a family of frogs. They are really they're just space animals.
Yeah.
You know. He comes in anyway and he says, "Beware the cyborg." That's his big warning to Hawkins. So how familiar are you both with the original story of Treasure Island?
I saw
not really.
the one with Gina Davis not so long ago.
That's Cutthroat Island. That's not the same story.
So I'm totally unfamiliar with it then.
Right.
Yeah. No.
Thank you,
not
though,
familiar.
for clearing that up.
It's a
There's
classic.
a Muppet version, isn't there?
Yes. Say, Chris, you know the Muppet version.
Yeah.
And it is actually...
I went to see the Muppets on Friday, and what's his face was there, the kid from it.
Kevin something.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
What's starring in it? Or
Well, he was in the show. They had like loads of guest stars.
Oh, right. Was he playing the guy out of Treasure Island?
No, he just came on and did a skit with them.
Were they good?
Yeah, it was really good. The guest stars were mental. They had like Charles Dance and Kylie Minogue.
God.
Yeah. Classic Muppets.
But yeah, it's sticking very closely to the story basically, and all this is like there's a Billy Bones in the book. The only thing that's different really is that there's the Duffler character, the dog. There's two characters that play that role in the book.
Right.
That's the difference. But everything else is very close.
That's kind
What
of
does
like.
he say then?
Oh,
Beware the what? What does he say? Not cyborg, obviously.
it is Cyborg.
No, but in the book.
Oh,
it doesn't say
beware
that.
the one-legged man, isn't it?
Ah.
Beware
Okay.
the dude with one leg or something, or
I
the
see
dude
what
with a
they've done
hook.
there, yeah.
Yeah. So it's you see what's going on.
It's kind of like if you watch this. Well, it's like I thought there was 2 Marleys in the Christmas Carol because I only knew the Muppets version.
Yes. Yeah, it's all more set up, and beware the cyborg. He drops like, is that called an astrolabe? That thing?
Oh.
Must be, yeah.
I left a note for it, but I didn't
think
look
you're
up
right.
actually what that is.
A sextant.
Yeah, an astrolabe's like a flat one of those. It's like a 3D astrolabe, basically. I think.
Right.
Wow.
Which
Cool.
shows him the directions to the treasure. The treasure
An
planet.
orrery.
An orrery is it's like an orrery is what you.
They kind of do
orrery's
this
like
in
a-
Star Wars, try to, don't they?
They do it in Star Wars, yeah. An orrery is like a
Metal
what do you call it,
thing.
isn't it? A planetarium, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
it moves around. I don't know. Anyway,
This
something like
is
that.
called. Oh, this is like a Prometheus, basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool thing, anyway, isn't it? It looks good.
I think they've nicked this from this film.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the bit I find hard to believe is that, like, look at all those stars. How would he know what he's looking at straight away like that?
I don't
do
know.
you mean?
He's supposed to be very clever, isn't he? But
Well,
yeah, you're right.
No one knows. No one just looks at a starfield and goes, "That's Treasure Planet," do they?
Well,
How do
he probably knows the relationship between them, right? It's like
Yeah.
like how you know a coastline.
It has got a big X on it as well.
Yeah.
That's the giveaway. I suppose. Yeah.
Giveaway, yeah.
Yeah, and then straight after that, pirates come and burn the pub down. I'm rushing through all this because this is just all the setup, basically, isn't it, to get the thing going. Pub's burnt down.
Get on the
ship. They've got to go. Delbert, or the dog, is like, yeah, man, let's go and get Treasure Planet. Let's charter a ship. And so we go to the spaceport, which I felt looked incredible. What do you think of the spaceport?
That was awesome. Yeah, that was really good. Yeah. That shot when he looks out the window at the moon and you just think, oh, it's the moon. And then it isn't the moon, it's the spaceport. It was very well done. It's a good trick, the way it's the crescent moon.
Yeah.
And it's actually the...
It's brilliant, isn't it?
It was a good one. Yeah, I like that.
Like, I'd quite happily just like have it fly around that for ages. I mean, that little shot of them flying in, that's the bit that made me want to watch this, because it just looks... It just feels so exciting, doesn't it? And like... so much going on. It looks a lot like... I don't suppose either of you ever played Final Fantasy 12, have you?
Nah.
There's a world called Ivalice, anyway. It's in a lot of Final Fantasy games. It looks a lot like this, and I think they've ripped this film off.
But isn't Disney and Final Fantasy, wasn't there a crossover?
Kingdom Hearts, yeah.
Oh,
actually, that was the same year as this, in fact.
Oh, well, there you go.
Maybe they did rip it off.
Maybe they did.
Anyway, it's a nice look. I just like that kind of like piratey look. Yeah, it's a great idea. So they go and charter a ship, the RLS Legacy. Do you see what they did there? Did you get it?
Is it Robbie Louis Stevenson?
Well, I presume so, yeah.
Yeah.
Clever.
Nice. And we meet the crew, the proper crew, who have been chartered by old Duffler. Captain Amelia, played by Emma Thompson. Pretty annoying. What do you think?
No, I mean, it works, Niles being Niles, but Emma Thompson being Emma Thompson didn't work for me.
Well,
she's just a bit annoying.
I thought she was all right.
She always plays
I'm surprised
herself,
that they let it through, because it's difficult to understand what she says because she's very English in it. And I'm wondering whether Americans get anything like what is being said there.
You think?
They're normally really hot on that.
Yeah.
You're right, actually. He's like a very English accent, isn't it? A very English accent.
But she's saying a lot of like just throw away little things, and the way it's delivered is very colloquial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she's the second most annoying character in this film for me. I found her very annoying. Okay. I would much preferred I forgot his name. Mr. Arrow, the first mate.
Oh, he was great. Yeah, he was brilliant.
I mean, another great character design there, isn't it? Like a guy's basically like a big bit of granite, isn't he? Sort of.
Yeah.
But it's like a good look, isn't it? It's a...
Yeah. It's not an animal.
Yeah. And then the rest of the crew, who is... Oh, sorry, I forgot one little note. Do you know who Billy Bones was at the start?
No.
Patrick McGowan.
Oh.
A bit of a get, isn't it? A bit of a crazy get for a film like that.
Who's Joseph Gordon-Levitt in this?
He's the main guy. He's Jim Hawkins.
Jim.
Yeah.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay, I just didn't recognise the voice.
No, normally it's sort of creates. It's like, oh yeah, no, I didn't recognise that at all.
Must have been early in his career.
I guess he was still doing the Third Rock from the Sun shit.
Yeah, he must have been...
Young.
Let's have a look, how old is he? 81. So yeah, he was 21. So yeah,
I think he was older than you think he was when he was doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it didn't sound like him, did it? Although...
No.
Yeah.
Doesn't say loads, though, I don't think, like compared to some of the other characters.
What do you think about Jim Hawkins overall?
He's okay. He's not the most interesting character,
very
but
wallpaper character.
He's kind of a blank slate, isn't he? Really. I mean, they've the whole like we'll get to Long John Silver and the idea like that like father sort of figure thing going on. I don't think that's actually in the novel. I think that's been added by the film, and I guess that's because they're trying to find something to hang him off, aren't they? To like give him some sort of story, but I don't really buy it. It doesn't really work.
They've gone for a kind of bad boy, which they don't normally do in Disney so much.
Yeah, like what's he done other than just gone down a canyon on a surfboard?
No.
You know, I want to see him like ripping off space pirates, and you could have done a great chase scene through that spaceport, couldn't you?
Oh,
he steals some money and done a great like down busy streets.
That probably would have broken the computer.
Anyway, so they hit there. Arrow's there. Amelia's there. And the crew are all there. Who we know they're bad because they've been painted in a very different colour palette to the rest of the characters. They're all in greys and blacks, and we meet their leader, Long John Silver. What creature is Long John Silver?
Pig bear.
Is he?
I don't know. He's not a creature, is he? Really?
I think he's meant to be a lizard.
Ooh.
I can't really work it out. I was trying to work out what he was. but because he's not a man, is he? Because you're seeing like men in the thing, aren't you? Like normal human-shaped characters. He's not that. So what is he?
No.
No. It just kind of. I kept thinking, well, I don't know what that guy is. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He looks pretty cool, doesn't he? I like all his cyborg stuff. And instead of a parrot, he's got morph.
Yeah, that's quite cool.
Yeah.
Which is a clever idea, isn't it? Because you've got to have your Disney little sidekick character, haven't you? And the fact that they've replaced the parrot with a thing that is literally parroting everything.
Yep, I thought that worked. I like that. As a good...
But with visuals.
Yeah, it's a smart move.
It's a holographic parrot.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at this point, we're about, I think, 10 minutes into the film, maybe 15 minutes. Like, the start, like, races along so fast. Yeah. You go through all these areas, don't you? Then you get onto... They take off with the ship, which is initially quite nice. The solar sails look lovely. There's space whales.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, space whales.
I like space whales. Galactic Orcus or something, they call them.
Like, that whole thing, it's just lovely, isn't it? It's really, like...
Yeah.
Good. But then we get on the ship and we spend a good portion of the film on the ship, and basically what's going on is that the mutiny is taking hold, and that's it really. It's character development around the mutiny and around Jim falling in. Jim knows that Long John Silver's a bad guy because he's been told beware the cyborg, but he's kind of making friends with him, isn't he? And
it's that montage that kind of that was my first problem. That montage, that absolutely awful song.
Yeah.
The musical interlude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was it by? It was so terrible.
It's the lead singer of the Goo Goo Dolls, whose name I've forgotten. But oh my god, that's the only song in the film, isn't it? As well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it.
John
really
Rusnick. I'm Still Here. There was another hit single from this film. Do you know what it was?
No.
Do you remember BB Mac?
Oh God.
Do you remember them?
Kind of.
An awful like pop, sort of like a Fisher Price. What are they called? Not Sum 41. What's that? The guy with the funny mouth. Oh God. They did the Thunderbird song.
McFly. God, yeah. McFly. Yeah. Busted.
Busted, that lot. They're like a crapper version of those. No crap anyway. BB Mac. Yeah. They did this song called Always Know Where You Are, which in the film is actually performed by the Goo Goo Dolls, is John Resnick. But yeah, check it out. It's got an awful music video. It's worth watching because it's absolutely terrible.
It's a fine montage, and it's kind of saying that Jim's dad left him, and that's quite sad. But then Long John Silver's his new dad, and that's nice. But the song is just so bad that it just ruins that whole impact of that scene, which would have been fine without. I know they have to have a song because it's kind of what happens, but it was just awful.
Yeah. So how do you both feel about this sort of? It's not the middle section film. It's a big bit of it, isn't it? This on the ship stuff. Are you still as interested? Are you still into it, Chris? How do you feel about this? The shipboard drama.
I started to wear a bit thin.
Yeah.
I other than the song, I liked that sequence where they're flying around, and then I mean, it's all just playing on whether this guy's a good guy or a bad guy, right? And most scenes are him either trying to figure out. Yeah.
I think
they throw you one way, then you hear him do something, and it's like, oh, okay.
It felt to me again as though this is a budgetary issue, and that they've kind of got to make this. You know that's that science people do. They're doing that stretch motion with their hands. You know, when they want them to stretch through a commercial break. It's like they're doing that, going, no, more of this.
We need to use more of this ship set.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes a while for them to get off it.
Yeah, totally. It kind of like lost all its momentum for me. Alex, did you do the same, or were you kind of?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the guy that plays Long John Silver's really good, and I liked him, and he's interesting. But yeah, it didn't need to take this long to work everything out. I think it was. You kind of get it early on. Even if you're a child, I think you'd get this. I don't think you need this much explanation, really.
And it's just such a shame when like the first bit of the film is so inventive and full of ideas, isn't it?
Yeah.
That it just crashes so hard into this sort of... they're basically not in space. They're basically on a ship, aren't they?
Yeah.
And just chatting a lot. It's a shame. Eventually stuff does get more interesting as what happens? They're going to a black hole, don't they?
Yeah.
And
It's quite nicely done, but
yeah, it's a nice
action
sequence. And the spider, was it a lady or a man? It's like a spider in a way
God knows what that thing is.
Who kills Mr. Arrow, which I thought was a real shame because I was loving Mr. Arrow. And also I was surprised with Disney film, like actually just letting the guy drop to death like that. But and yeah, it's blamed on Hawkins, and yeah, this is where it all goes wrong, isn't it? Basically, in the mutiny, the mutiny's plans are accelerated because they think Long John Silver's getting soft for Hawkins, which he is really. But is he? Like, they don't really explain why. I don't know. His conflicted thing doesn't really come out, does it? In a way that's satisfying.
No, he needs his own montage. He should have had a montage about a lost son or a lost daughter or something, shouldn't he? He should have had a similar montage where you saw him losing something, and that's what Jim replaced for him, the way Jim lost his dad.
His arm.
That would have made sense.
Yeah, the arm, you're right, yeah, the arm, yeah.
Yeah,
That
his
would
arm.
work perfectly, yeah.
Playing catch, but with his arm.
Yeah. So, yeah, Hawkins gets caught and Mutiny kicks it off, but they're at Treasure Planet now, aren't they? Or they're getting to Treasure Planet.
Yeah.
And Hawkins escapes with old Doggy and Captain Amelia.
Doggy.
And
Dog and cat.
Dog and cat are there. Is Morph with them? I think he is, isn't he?
Yeah.
And they crash land on Treasure Planet. And we get some more conflicted action from
its
Long John
official
Silver.
name?
I don't know what its official name was actually. Did it have another name?
It's
I
a
don't
bit
know.
of a giveaway, isn't it?
Don't know.
Yes. On all the star charts. Well, no, because it doesn't officially exist. No one knew where it was, so I suppose it's not got an official name, has it?
Oh, okay.
No.
I suppose the star's got a name, but we don't know. We're not told what that is.
They don't really go into them sort of things, do they?
No, sadly not. No. I'd have liked some more stellar cartography. That would have been.
Yes, I would. Yeah.
Definitely would have made it a bit better.
Yeah. They only do like their courses are just like east and south, and not 3-dimensional.
Oh yeah, they're totally just flying on a flat plane, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like that's what's happening in this film. Yeah.
But we know it's not a flat plane because we saw the star chart.
That reminds me, actually, as part of my extensive research this film, because I didn't quite get into my skin, I downloaded Treasure Planet Battle at Procyon. You ever heard of that?
Ooh.
What's that, a game?
It's a game made by the people who made Homeworld Cataclysm, if you remember that, Chris, the add-on to Homeworld.
Yeah.
And it's basically a very simplified Homeworld, which is on a 2D plane.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, it's not great. I played more than I should have done, to be honest with you, because I was quite taken by it. But it's set 5 years after the film, and you are playing Jim Hawkins on his first missions in the fleet. Long John Silver's there. The space whales are in it and stuff like that. It's quite rudimentary. You've got port and aft cannons, things like that. It's like swing round.
There was a Star Trek one which was on a plane.
Yes. What was that called?
Starfleet Academy. Was it?
Yeah. No, I think it was around that same time.
Star Trek, Starfleet Command?
Like yes, that? That's it. Yeah, very similar to that, but like more simplified. But not a bad way to spend an afternoon. It was it was a lot deeper than I thought it would be. Like it was no, I wasn't in New York. On my honeymoon.
Wow, it was a good honeymoon.
Yeah. Lucy, I'll just be a few hours. I'm playing Treasure Planet Battle for Procyon.
How do you get that to work?
Well, I can tell you, properties. Compatibility mode for XP Service Pack 3, and then limit the resolution to 640 by 480, and it loads up.
Okay.
Yep. It's on Steam. You can buy it from Steam. I didn't buy it from Steam. I bought it from somewhere
Someone
else.
else.
whose name I'm not sure about.
From Steam.
Yeah. I bought it from my friend Tony Orant. He's a good pal of mine. Anyway, that's not important. But yeah, it's all right. Check it out if you're into that kind of thing. Maybe we want to play a new Homeworld game. That's what I wanted to do. But anyway, right, it's on the planet, and we get to meet our last primary character, Ben, who's a robot played by Martin Short. First of all, Alex, Martin Short. What do you think about Martin Short?
Well, I don't love Martin Short, but I actually quite liked him in this.
You did?
I thought it was. Yeah, I actually quite liked this character. He was it was very over the top, but I actually quite liked how over the top it was. I think I needed a bit of a wake up, and this woke me up, maybe.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Chris, how do you feel about Ben?
Yeah, I'm pretty much along them lines.
Yeah?
I think the character suited the voice and...
Yeah.
He's basically playing Robin Williams in Aladdin, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually thought...
but...
Yeah, it's very similar.
Without the references, though, without all the annoying pop culture references.
He drove me up the wall.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't stand him. And I quite like Martin Short. He's annoying, but I love Three Amigos. And as you know...
Why? Why did he upset you so much?
Because he's just so annoying. He's so loud and... it doesn't really fit the... Oh, bless you. It doesn't really fit the film for me. It just felt like Disney encroaching on something else, but I don't know.
It is a big character. What we've got. Yeah.
I mean, I get your point, Alex, that I suppose the film did need shaking up, didn't it? And
you need another comedy character. And Morph has kind of gone bad here, isn't he? Because he's masquerading as the map, so he's not really useful as a comedy character anymore. So you need.
I did think the animation on him was really good.
Yeah.
He looked
the design was good.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that. There's a robots film, wasn't there, around this sort of time?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like an early 3D one. I think it was called Robots. Yeah.
McGregor in it, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah, it did look a bit like that, kind of clockworky.
Do you remember what Ben stood for?
Nope.
Oh God, no.
He's the bioelectronic navigator.
All right. Where's the bio bit?
Exactly. That's what I thought. That's why I wrote it down. I thought, well, that's just a crap way to get an acronym in there because he's not bio at all. He's a bloody robot. Yeah. You don't survive 100 years on the planet if you're bio.
No.
He should have been called NBEN, non-bioelectronic navigator.
NBEN.
Oh, yeah.
Or Ren, robot electronic navigator.
Yeah.
Isn't there a character called Ben in... I'm assuming in Treasure Island.
Yeah, I mean they do find Ben on the island. Yeah, who's gone mad. Right. Yeah, that's
Ken.
He's called Ben Gunn on the island. Ken.
Yeah.
Kinetic electronic navigator. Yeah, that'd work.
Oh, Ken. Yeah, that would have worked.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, you can tell on the last legs, can't you?
These are the
mouse house
coming up with.
Yeah.
Point.
But yeah, so Ben holds a secret to the island, and it's all gone wrong because the captain's got ill, and the doggo's like, "Oh my god, captain's ill," but to stick to the captain. Long John Silver's going to shoot him from space, but he can't bring himself to, so he plans to parlay with old Hawkins. Ugh. And he's like, "Come and me, Hawkins, we'll be mates." And Hawkins is like, "No way,
no way, loser,
yeah. Get out of here, weird lizard man." And really, they've missed a trick there because they should have done the thing where you think he has sided with him, but he hasn't, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
There's no conflict. There's no this whole end of this film's got no. Because you don't really buy Long John Silver as a bad guy, do you? Because every chance he gets to be a bad guy, he doesn't do it.
True.
There's no. I don't know. It's a bit weird.
I guess they should have made the lobster spider thing kind of almost take over from Long John Silver as the baddie. Yeah. He should have got rid of Long John Silver, trapped him somewhere.
A mutiny within a mutiny.
Yeah, a mutiny. Yeah, that would have maybe worked. That would have.
I mean, it is a kids' film at the end of the day.
Yeah, I suppose so. True. Yeah, I suppose so. What happens now is they basically this planet. The secret of this planet is that it's got portal technology.
Stargate.
It's basically Stargate. Yep. So this old Captain Flint was portaling himself around the galaxy, popping up, stealing some stuff, going later, and portaling back out of there.
That would be a good film. I would watch that.
It's a pretty good idea, isn't it? I thought, in terms of a way to modernise the idea of a treasure island, I thought there was quite a clever way of doing it. I bought it.
In fact, it's a bit like Jumper. That ripped this off because that's how he gets rich, doesn't he? He just jumps into places and steals it and comes back to this kind of weird other location.
It kind of does away the need for ships, doesn't it?
A bit.
It's what they did in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Discovery.
Yeah.
Also ripped off Treasure Planet. Yeah. Clearly. Yeah. So we get some port. They haven't they? It's very influential, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. It's pretty cool though, and like you get into the middle of the planet and there's all the treasure there and stuff, and the portals. Basically, the portals let him get back to the ship, and you get a lot of portal action. Basically, don't you go on now? When we get to the big final climax.
Yeah.
Hawkins fights a spider. Is that right?
It's booby traps, isn't it? The whole place is booby trapped.
Yes, thank you, Alex. Yes, the treasure's booby trapped, and that sets off an explosion on the island, doesn't it? Basically, the whole thing's going to blow up. And I don't know. I was kind of switching off by now. What was everyone else feeling at this point in Treasure Planet?
Me too.
Well, it was winding down. It wasn't. You knew it was all going to be okay. So
I knew this skateboard would come in handy. Yeah.
I mean, I think the thing is, I don't really like Disney, and I don't know. Like, this is a Disney ending, isn't it? I suppose this kind of
it is. Yeah.
This sort of no stakes climax, But
everyone's just be mates.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he rides his surfboard. He goes. What does he do? He portals out, doesn't he? So the ship's going to blow up, and he portals the ship out of there.
Yeah.
He switches the portal over.
It is weird because during this, the baddie pirates don't really die. They get captured, even though there's a giant laser. But you're right, Mr. Arrow just dies. There's no coming back. That is a bit odd.
I thought he was going to pop out a portal at the end.
Yeah, I thought that.
That would have been nice.
Into a wormhole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a real shame. He's actually in Battle for Procyon in the game, but it can't be. It must be a different one. But he's definitely his little silhouette's there. Oh, and also the worst Emma Thompson impression ever in that game. Like clearly played by an American, doesn't really get an English accent, but yeah, it's good stuff.
All right.
It's even worse than that. It's all like, oh, Jim Hawkins, let me tell you about your journey. It's like all kind of a bit like Lloyd Grossman, that kind of weird transatlantic accent. Yeah, it's not good.
Who would live in a house?
A house like this. Yes. Let's go through the keyhole.
That was very good.
Thanks. Yeah. So then it ends, and wait. I mean, there's the bad bit now is that the attempted murderer, mutineer, Long John Silver.
Yeah.
He just lets him go.
I know. Mates. We're all mates.
Yeah.
Not only that, he's already a member of the Admiralty at this point. He's joined the Navy, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has
saying it's dereliction of duty.
Exactly.
It's court-martial.
He should have been court-martialed straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think it's just a bit of a it's just a bit of a drip as a character. He's got nothing.
You're right, yeah. Like, if someone says something to him, he does it. He's got no... Yeah, you're right. Long John Silver's like, let me go, and he's not got any motives or anything to do anything else, has he? You're right.
And he's got, such a, an Aryan, no, nothing's going on upstairs sort of head on him. Do you know what I mean? He looks like he'd be a gym person, someone who goes to the gym all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that's the problem with this film in one way. Is there is no
offence to anyone out there who goes to the gym a lot.
No, but Chris,
you all know what I mean.
Yeah, and those sorts of people are not listening to a science fiction rating podcast, are they?
I don't think we're in any trouble there.
No. But no, I think that's the problem with this film. I think is that because there's an absence of a central character, isn't there? Really, because they kind of sideline Amelia and the dog, don't they?
Yeah.
Mr. Arrow goes. Morph is a amorphous blob, and Martin Short is just really annoying. So you've kind of got a really Long John Silver,
and then
really,
you've just got loads of
different
shaped things like in the crew and the rest of the animals just walking around going in a Star Wars way.
I think the point of comparison to me is the first Pirates of the Caribbean film, which I think does a lot better job of making this sort of thing work, like an ensemble crew cast, but everyone gets a bit of time, don't they, to establish who they are and what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it's minutes. Like, everyone remembers the what's he called, Mackenzie Crook character, and they've all got a thing, haven't they? A thing about them. So anyway, and that's it really. He's off to academy. Amelia's marrying Doggo. His mum's got a new pub.
Cat and a dog.
Yeah.
Living together.
They've got kids, haven't they?
You do know Ghostbusters quote, weren't you?
Oh no, sorry. Cats and dogs.
Cats and dogs living together.
Yeah. He gets a medal.
He does.
Yeah.
Not, very ill deserved.
And then they dance away.
Yep.
Like.
And Goo Goo Dolls come back on to sing us out.
Yeah. And all...
Did you see the thing about them having kids, the cat and the dog?
Yeah,
Did you read that?
Yeah, there's 3 cats and a dog in a basket.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a few lines cut from the film that revealed that Dr. Doppler, he was the one that gave birth.
What?
But Disney, but Disney ordered them cut because it was a male giving birth. Is even male alien? That's a bit too risky, so they got rid of that.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there you go.
Wow. So before we get to the,
there's an error in that last scene.
Go on.
Oh.
His medal disappears.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you spot that yourself?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Get on IMDb with that and put that in the.
Yeah.
He gets it, and then right at the end, like the last shot, he's not wearing it.
You know what's happened there, don't you?
What?
Captain Amelia's found out what's happened to Long John Silver, and she's took it off him.
Or the medal was morphed.
Oh yeah, good. That's good. Canon. Get out. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, before we get to the roundup on this, obviously this film was a big flop. I mean, it was a big flop. It made.
You sound like Trump.
It made a huge.
Tremendous flop.
The biggest flops. Huge flops. $109 million worldwide.
Ooh.
On a budget of $140 million. So, I mean,
that is a loss.
It's a truly, it made $38 million in America. It was beaten by the Santa Claus 2. It opened at number 4 on the box office.
I wonder why. Why was it so... Why did people not go and see it?
That Tim Allen stuff is pretty...
The consensus basically was that that Pixar had ruined animation and kids weren't into animation anymore. Because it opened to quite good reviews. It had previewed to good reviews. The sequel was actually greenlit at one point, and William Dafoe was going to be Ironbeard, who was going to be like the villain in the next one. He'd been cast and everything for it.
Ironbeard.
Yep. Jim Hawkins and Kate, his love interest and classmate at the Royal Interstellar Academy, must team up with Long John Silver to stop the villainous Ironbeard from freeing the inmates of Botany Bay Prison asteroid.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay. I've got that. Yeah, so it was first a cinema sequel, then it was straight to video, then it was a TV series, then it was completely cancelled. So, I mean, it's just nuts. Like it is a
now there'd be a web series echelon in there it should go through before.
I mean, it's 16 years old, but it is kind of completely forgotten, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's a shame because
I agree.
It's got merits.
Yeah, so let's
definitely.
So let's see what did you think overall of Treasure Planet? Is it deserving of that status we've forgotten as a big bomb?
No, I don't think it should.
I like how he just keeps on going. It was a massive,
huge.
Like you're trying to sway us in some way.
No, I don't think it should be forgotten. I think it attempts something interesting. I think it looks good. It's not. I think the characters are weak, but I think there's some. Yeah, like you said, the beginning is actually really good. So no, I don't think it should be forgotten. Disney should be proud of it in a way.
Chris, what's your overall view on Treasure Planet?
I think it looks great. There's a classic story there. There's some nice characters, and I think it just falls over a little bit in the pacing, and the main lead character is totally uninspiring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I kind of agree with that. Like, I also think it shouldn't have been forgotten. I think that visually, just the visuals alone are interesting enough for me to be carried through it. It was such a unique look, wasn't it? And that's the kind of thing that you should crib from classic stories for, I think. Something where you are going to completely visually change it and use the framework of the story to build something quite interesting like that.
Yeah.
But like you, as I agree completely, the pacing is off. But then I just wonder how much of that is them losing confidence with it while making it and maybe cutting things. It just feels to me like there was something more there that's not there. You know what I mean? Like there's like another act of excitement. There's something between Treasure Planet and Spaceport we don't see. You know what I mean?
I think if it just had one extra level of like spectacle at that 2/3 point, like if there was just one extra thing that they showed us, I think it would do a lot for it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So,
Okay. But overall,
overall, I'm glad I watched it.
me too. Very glad I watched it. I don't think there's much else to add, really. Should we rank it?
Yeah, I'm just having a look at the table now.
So the table now has got dates on it. So I can tell you that, for instance, Lawnmower Man has been bottom of the list since the 15th of September last year.
Well, I
Rightly
think
so.
that's going to stay there probably because
I can tell you number one hasn't changed since the 14th of March last year.
Wow.
And more interesting stats like that.
you don't know when they've changed though, do you?
What, sorry?
You don't know when they change, when they move.
Ah,
It's just
well,
when they go
actually,
on there.
I have actually got a second file with every week's rankings in it.
Oh god!
So I do know when things change. Yeah, if you want to see I've got the
You
figures.
should make an animation where it all moves around.
That's exactly why I've done this because I want to.
Yeah.
I've got like a timeline plugin for WordPress. I want to be able to
an infographic like that. Like the Bitcoin infographic shows you how Bitcoin started.
I just like the idea that if someone wants to watch it from a certain episode, then go back to that episode's.
Yeah,
list.
and then we'll make it into a 3D hologram where you can move it around.
Yeah, the AR version of it. Right, Alex, where do you want to rank Treasure Planet?
Above Spaceballs, under Ender's Game.
Oh.
62, maybe, is that?
Below Ender's Game.
Yeah, I love Ender's Game.
Chris?
I'd put it at 60. I think it's better
Below
than Flash
Star
Gordon.
Crash, above Flash Gordon. I think I'd put it at 58 because it's a slightly better Martin Short film than Inner Space.
Yes.
Yeah,
Inner
that's
Space
fair.
is really rubbish.
Yeah,
Well, actually, all 59 though. Martin Short's better in Inner Space than he's in this. I don't know. We're all kind of in agreement around there.
Yeah, but
we?
Inner Space is not a very good-looking film or a very interesting.
Inner Space was
it's just
big
crap.
mess. This wasn't a mess.
Yeah.
This was coherent, wasn't it? That
It was
a
just
mess.
a bunch of comedians gone wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's better than Inner Space, definitely.
And it's better than Star Crash, isn't it? And Flash Gordon, and definitely Ender's Game.
Love Star Crash. But yeah, no, it is better. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. So, Treasure Planet joins the list at number 58.
Is there any other Disney ones that we'd be able to do?
Is Titan AE a Disney film?
Ooh.
I don't think it is it? I think that's somebody else. Titan AE?
Lilo and Stitch is sci-fi because he's an alien.
Yeah, I guess, but...
What do you mean you guess?
It's just like... It might as
What
well
is it
be...
you're not
He might as well
getting?
just be a... No, but he might as well just be a dog, mightn't he? It's just like,
If
a person...
the end scene is they're flying around in a fucking spaceship.
Yeah, I guess. Can we
Titan
do that?
AE.
I'm not.
locked
I
for a
don't
while.
understand the I guess bit.
I just think it's just like it could be he could be anything in that. I just think it's a plot device. I don't think it's that important he's an alien. He likes Elvis Presley. It's not really,
I've never seen it.
These guys
he
are
likes
walking
Elvis
around
Presley.
dressed as pirates.
Titan AE is a Fox Animation Studios joint,
Right.
directed by Don Bluth of Space Ace and Land Before Time fame.
No, that one.
So, not Disney.
Okay.
I've not seen it either. But I don't think Disney have got any other sci-fi stuff, have they? Which is weird. You would think they'd have... I can't
They
think
got
of any.
Star Wars though, haven't they? So
Yeah, it was in the days when they didn't really go for boys stuff, did they?
no.
They were cornering the market in girls things. Now,
Well, except
there'll be loads
Chris. You like Beauty and the Beast and... What was it the one you liked? Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins, yeah.
Yeah.
It's more
Fair
the I don't I mean I've got disclaimers with Mary Poppins. It's just,
Okay. But not Beauty and the Beast. That's just classic all the way through, is it?
That's brilliant. Just nothing wrong with that. Great film.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Join Chris on Disney rating system to...
It's just that film. Oh, I like Lion King as well. That's pretty good.
I don't mind Lion King, yeah. If I had to watch one, that'd be...
Yeah.
Oh, and Robin Hood. Didn't we discuss
Robin
this last
Hood's
week?
classic. Yeah.
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 Flubber's a Disney film, isn't it? That's science fiction.
Flubber.
It's not animated, but I've just put Disney sci-fi in, and Flubber came up.
Yeah, cool.
Oh,
Flubber.
God.
We were looking for a film for me to do.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Okay,
What about Professors? What the Nutty Professor?
No Professor, yeah. The Crumps, the Flumps, what's that one called? With the Eddie
Chumps.
Murphy as well. Chumps, is it? These are all... Black Hole, the Black Hole.
Oh, that definitely counts. Yeah, we
That's
should
Disney,
do that.
yeah.
Yeah, no, we should
remember
definitely
that
do that. Yeah.
It's not animated, though, is it?
No.
No, I've gone off track here. Because if you're going to count... Because Tron's Disney, isn't it? There's loads of Disney films that aren't animated.
No, it was at the same time as Tron, wasn't it? That was that whole thing when they were trying new stuff and it went really horribly wrong.
Mars Needs Moms.
That film was really bad, didn't
That's
it?
pretty bad.
I think that's like one of the worst flops of all time, isn't it?
Oh, yeah,
Mars.
that is $40 million off a $150 million budget. Yes, it's flopped even harder than Treasure
Hasn't got
Planet.
any money left.
Well, there we go. Yes, that's some ideas for next time. But I think we're done with this, aren't we? Let's move on. Let's go into the past and find out what's next week. Hi, future me. A little bit different preview this week because we're on a summer break right now, which is only a week for you guys at home, but is more like a month for us. I think I've probably said this on the other podcast, to be honest. So as a result, we haven't really got time to get together to do the preview, so I thought I'd do a little quick preview on my own here while I wander around tidying up my house. So next week we are watching Them! Exclamation mark. 1954 film about giant ants, which I thought was called It Came from the Desert, but that's actually a Commodore Amiga game from the late 80s, which just rips this film off. So yeah, it's basically the American Godzilla. Instead of a giant lizard, it's giant ants that are mutated by the nuclear tests in the desert and come up from underground to terrorise the people of California. And that's it. I've not seen it. I don't think either of the two have seen it before either. So it's new for all of us. It's an old one, probably the oldest we've done yet, I think. I think it's older than... Yeah, it is. It's the oldest one we've done yet. So let's watch a trailer for Them, shall we?
I tell you, gentlemen, science has agreed that unless something is done and done quickly, man, as the dominant species of life on Earth, will be extinct within a year.
And there we go, that was Them. So look forward to that next week. In the meantime, I will hand you back to us in the past. Bye! Cool, right, so yeah, join us next week for what that film, Them. For now, Alex, let us know about some social media black.
So, Twitter at SF Rating System, Instagram Science Fiction Rating System, Facebook SFR Rating System. Science Fiction Rating System.
To me, it just sounds like face.
Yeah. All I got was I missed all of it except for and Facebook SFR Rags. Like you're just like
I am saying it all.
It's gone again. It's gone.
Space.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
He's going through one of those portals. He's like zooming out.
Yeah. Sciencefiction@gmail.com.
Heard that. Yep. It's not the right email
website.
address, but never mind.
Isn't
Good work.
it?
That.
What's the email address then?
Let's just... I can't hear him. We have to just going to go. The thing is, though, what's weird about this is, though, that when we actually put the podcast together, everyone will be able to hear him. It'll just be like talking over the top. Yeah, it'll make less sense. All right.
It'll be funny, though. That's the
It'll be funny. It'll be funny. That's the end. He's gone completely now. He's completely...
No, I'm still here.
Oh, no, he's...
I didn't think it's any point talking.
Cool. I'll see you all next week. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.